Today, we're going to be talking about and watching this video about the fun Marvel Rivals tournament that turned into a $40,000 nightmare. So this was supposed to be a fun tournament for Marvel's rival community, and it became a nightmare. So one player started tryharding to win the money, but the rest of the team just wanted to play in the tournament for content. So one player was trying to actually play for the win and to win $40,000, but his teammates they got into the tournament all to just get content for their Twitch, their YouTube. So arguments, they started fighting, the vibes got really weird, and the player who actually wanted to play for the win end up getting kicked out of the tournament. So imagine it was a $40,000 tournament and I signed up for it and I invited my boys. I'm trying to win $40,000, but my friends are messing around. And so I started arguing with them. I'm like, hey, bro, we need to play for this win. And they kept messing around. And what eventually happened was the guy who wanted to win ended up getting kicked out of the tournament. So the case went viral. It went all over the internet, and some people said the guy that got kicked out of the tournament, he got played dirty. Pretty much they did him dirty. Others say he ruined everything. He took it way too seriously. The tournament was just supposed to be a fun tournament for everybody. The guy took the tournament way too seriously. But honestly, for me, to be honest, this is what happens when nobody agrees on a goal. I feel like if he had actually talked to his teammate, the guys that he chose to play in the tournament, make sure they are all on the same page, and this probably wouldn't be a big issue. So today we're going to watch the video, and I want you guys to also give me your honest opinion. I think Marvel Rivals, they were trying to get into the competitive scene. So Marvel Rivals is trying to get into the competitive scene. So they came up with a tournament to try to compete, turn Marvel Rivals into like a esport. This was supposed to be like a test event to see if Marvel Rivals can become a competitive game. If this had went successfully, Marvel Rivals would have had like an esport rival team, chat. Imagine an esport rival team. Imagine I just kept grinding and I could get signed to Marvel Rival esport team, chat. We're going to watch the video as we're going to react, and I want you guys to give me your honest opinion from the video, chat. Let's watch it, chat. Let's watch it.
I haven't heard of video game drama this big since the whole Dream Minecraft speedrunning saga. What's happening with the Marvel Rivals $40,000 tournament situation is pretty bizarre. In a nutshell, there was a Marvel Rivals tournament with a $40,000 prize purse. There was a player by the name of Kingsman who really wanted to take this seriously, making a mention that this money would be very helpful to him as a college student. And the rest of the team didn't seem to take it all that seriously, and eventually, when Kingsman was trying to, make changes to the team comp so they could better stand a chance at winning, they all attacked him, and eventually it led to him getting kicked from the tournament. His team then went on to place second to last in the tournament.
Okay, guys. Pace and point proven right now. Do you understand?
No, it's well, you've been making people from gonna
How do you not see the problem right now?
Wait, it's that ass Kingsman, like, shut the fuck up.
Okay, bro.
You're doing too much.
Lucy's not even on Invis. Second of all, you're getting value.
Oh, they're fighting, bro.
No.
Oh, they're fighting.
Yes,
I'm getting value because I'm 1v6ing.
Isn't peeling for you, bro. Yes, Zaza is 0-5, but we won the point, bro. Why? Because they were hard. Like, 4 people are dying here. That means 4.
Oh, chat. Oh, you see? You see what I was talking about. He's actually getting mad because he's trying to win, bro. Imagine you're trying to win. He's a college student. $40,000 on the line. He's trying to win and they actually throwing the game, bro. Imagine I was in college. Imagine you're in college. This could pay for your tuition in college. You over here trying to win money so you could pay for your college tuition, and there's an opportunity for you to win $40,000. Your teammates are over there messing around using the wrong specialists. They're using the wrong specialists and stuff, man. That would actually throw me too, you know? Like I said, most of the people actually got into this tournament to get content. And so I could understand this frustration. Maybe the other teammates do not need money, and they just look at it as the opportunity to get content, to entertain their Twitch stream. So I could understand why they getting mad at him because he's taking it too seriously. But for the guy, when I was a college student and I'm trying to pay for my college and somebody's messing around, I think me personally, I would be upset too. I would be upset because somebody's messing with my money. We're gonna keep watching and we're gonna see, chat. We're gonna see.
4 of their util, 4 of their resources are all spent on Zaza.
I saw this a couple days ago and I was so confused why anyone would be joining a tournament if they didn't actually care about winning at all. So he is very clearly trying his best to help the team win. And they were talking about like how toxic and annoying and insufferable he was, things like that, which eventually led to him getting kicked and being like disrespectful, that kind of thing. From all the clips I've seen, he never made any like personal attacks against anyone. He was never even like overbearing or like yelling and screaming. The closest he came was in this clip here where he's like, do you understand? Like, case in point, we should make a switch. This isn't working. Our widow is 0, 5, and 0, which is a very fair point and a...
That's also my point, chat. If you're financially good, you do not need no money. Why get into a tournament that involves money? Why not leave it to people that needs the money, that is going to give the effort to play for the win? And like he said, there's a guy 0 and 5. He's trying to tell the team, hey, can you switch? You 0 and 5. And they're like, no, you taking it too serious, man. You're taking it too serious. If I'm going into a tournament, I'm trying to win, man. I mean, I would not get into a tournament not to win. So that is kind of messed up that he ended up getting kicked out of it.
Good suggestion, because it clearly wasn't working. They may have won the point, but I think it's a large part because Kingsman put the team on his fucking back here. Like 18 and 2, he was kind of going Insano style.
Wait, and he was 18 and 2? They end up kicking him out because he wanted to win, bruh.
I don't know why this became such a huge issue for his teammates, where they hated him so much for trying to win that they started insulting him after the fact. And that's where most of the drama stems from. Them refusing to switch is one thing that feels like it's kind of trolling and just intentionally throwing the tournament for the sake of vibes, which is weird because, again, just go play quick play or something. Why even bother going into a tournament if the goal isn't to try and win it? He made it clear he wanted to sweat because this would be very important money for him in his situation with college. Now, I also heard that when the tournament was put together, there wasn't an announcement about how much money was on the line. So I think maybe there was some confusion from the team where they wanted to just play for fun and sillies and goofies. And then once $40,000 was announced, they still had that mindset. Meanwhile, Kingsman really wanted a piece of that pie because it would be helpful to him. It'd be like $3,000, which is a significant amount of money, especially for someone in college where this could be very useful. So that clashed where he really wanted to win. His team, who they didn't give too much of a fuck. They didn't think it was that big of a deal. So he, throughout like their time playing together, would be making like suggestions and saying like, hey, you know, there's going to be this in the tournament, there's going to be that, maybe we should look at this, maybe we should look at that. And I think they were just getting so annoyed that he was wanting to win so badly that they started to really resent him for it. It eventually led to like the bubbling over point where he got reported to the tournament organizer. They said a whole bunch of nasty stuff about him, and then it snowballed into what it is today, mainly because the team captain was so vocal about her disdain for this guy. She said things like, I'm pretty sure he spent all
Wow, this is actually insane, Chad. Again, it goes to my point, man. Why would you go to a tournament with money involved? You had no intention of trying. And this guy, that's like me. Let's say I'm playing with Kixo or Zenny or my money, and we're playing for a tournament. We're playing for $20,000. If Kixo is like, yo, you need to lock in, bro. This $5,000 is going to make a big difference for me if we win this tournament. And I'm just there running around spinning in circles. Kixo have every right to get upset at me. I just started going off at Q because he wants to win. Everybody started going off at this poor guy because he wanted to win. They just said he's taking it too seriously. The only thing I would say is, in the middle of the game, you're 18-2. You're like, I have a chance to take home. If we win this tournament, I'm taking home $5,000 to $8,000 cash. And so he's over there sweating, 18-2. They're winning the game. I mean, they eventually lost, but his teammate got so upset. They started making fun of him. They started saying he plays the game too much. He lacks social skills, which is crazy to me. It's pretty crazy. Nobody should hate somebody who wants to win. Again, I get their point, but to be honest, I'm in favor of the guy is because he's young, bro. He's 18 years old trying to hustle. He's trying to make money for college. And I feel like if you don't have no intention of going to a tournament to win money, why even go to a tournament? And this got all the way to Discord, man. They went to snitch on him, which is crazy, man.
all 20 years of his life inside playing video games, which is why he lacks social skills. You are also spending your time inside playing video games. You're
Exactly.
a streamer. Why are you using
Exactly.
that as an insult against him?
They said, imagine he's just a guy that spent his 20 years of his life inside playing video games, and they're a streamer, child. You're doing the same thing. We're playing the same game, bruh. She just tried to make fun of him. If you like video games, don't ever feel bad for liking video games. If that's what makes you happy, hey, by all means, go ahead and play video games. Playing basketball makes you happy. Whatever makes you happy, don't let nobody devalue what really makes you happy. So that's my lesson, chat.
I didn't really detect a lack of social skills throughout any of the footage I saw of them playing together. I guess you could make an argument that, maybe his attitude could grind your gears because he was offering like a lot of advice on potential team comps, and he did multiple times mention like, hey, the Black Widow's probably not going to work here. We've got to be mindful of like dive comps, that kind of thing. Would you be willing to try like Bucky perhaps? And they would always kind of like roll their eyes at him and be like, shut the fuck up. Like, there's a clip I saw where one of them was like, you've got to just drop this. That's enough. Stop making suggestions, basically, about, switching. It's not happening. Look, which I think is a pretty hostile response to that, because this is coming from a place of him just trying to help the team win. I don't think he was being like necessarily overbearing with it or anything like that. He certainly wasn't really being aggressive about it. Like, he never got personal. He was never like insulting his teammates. He was never doing anything like that from what I could tell. So I truly didn't see like a lack of social skills. I just saw someone who really wanted to win because there was
Exactly, chat. If he was talking to them very disrespectful, then that is a problem. If he's just saying, hey man, you're using Black Widow is not working, can you try Blade, for example? To be honest, I feel like that is fair, chat. That is fair. It wasn't like, hey, you suck, bro. You're going 0-5, bro. Switch. It's not working out, man. He didn't insult nobody. He said, hey, Black Widow is not working, man. Can you switch? They just telling him to shut up. You're talking too much. Shut up, man. Can you just shut up, man? You're doing too much. Maybe they didn't care about the tournament. Then they could just tell him in a nice way, hey, we're just here for content, man. The guy was respectful to them and he did not get the same respect back, which is not fair. I feel like they should have been way more respectful to him.
a significant amount of money on the line, and if you're in a tournament, why would you not be trying to win? Team captain even made this statement saying, I don't want to win with someone who can't take no for an answer, which is a certified stinky comment for sure. That's a big time PU moment right there for the Jumbotron. I don't know where that's even coming from. His suggestions weren't heeded. Okay? He didn't start like, stomping his feet and yelling and screaming and pissing and shitting about it either. He's just like, okay, all right, we'll do it. we'll run it. Fuck it. We'll do it live. And when it didn't work, he did eventually say, like, look, told you so. Can we please make this switch? And then still got attacked for it. I didn't see any examples of him not taking no for an answer. Like, yes, he did make a suggestion multiple times, like, would you be willing to try this? Would you be willing to maybe switch here? What about this? But that isn't not taking no for an answer. That is coming from someone who wants to win a fucking $40,000 tournament.
Exactly,
and
man.
then to insult Kingsman and I guess anyone that was supporting him in her Discord saying, yo, Kingsman cocksuckers, screenshot this. Y'all think I ain't seen the toxicity in the Kingsman Discord with not spreading hate from the mods and Kingsman community? Fire emoji. This one will really get your eyebrow in the air. So she's...
Bruh. For somebody that wants them to talk to them in a respectful way, chat, she's doing the opposite. I feel like she's the one causing drama. Irrespectfully said, hey, this is not working out, man. We're about to lose. Can you guys switch? Can you try this character? It was Ashley just genuinely trying to win. His teammates is throwing this game. I would be upset, man. Just for example, chat, for my master degree, chat, my master degree is $65,000. So imagine I have a chance to take off $5,000 off my degree and somebody is costing me $5,000.
calling out the people that were supporting Kingsman, saying they're cocksuckers and how toxic they are. Meanwhile, she has been the most openly toxic, like vocally expressing her disdain for this guy and now like his community. And let's not get it twisted. I think it's pretty obvious. Most people have probably seen a lot of like really dog shit takes from people that are using this as just like a giant insult against all women who play video games. That is absolutely happening, and that shit sucks. Those are some fucking losers you can make fun of. Absolutely. But she, from what I can tell when this message was sent, was talking about like anyone that was expressing support for Kingsman, and I'm sure there probably were some like absolute greaseballs that went through and said some terrible things, sure. But to extend that to like anyone that was supporting Kingsman, calling them cocksuckers, I think is just kind of crazy. Especially considering she has by far been the most...
She's calling me a sea soccer. I'm kind of supporting the guy because nobody should go into a tournament trying to just throw somebody. I mean, I don't understand why she's taking it all the way over there. You just said, hey, bro, can you switch? We're losing, bro. Can you guys switch? If I was in this situation, I would feel really bad that maybe your community is also coming to attack the guy, which is not cool. At the end of the day, it's a video game. She's calling out everybody that support Kingsman. She's calling them the C word, which is not cool. She said, screenshot this, send it to him. Again, those are not cool, man. Those are not cool. Kingsman is the name of the guy that wanted to win. So it's Kingsman and CC right now. It's not just a video game. If you could take $10,000, most people don't have jobs in college. So that is big, man. Even for me right now, $5,000 is big for me. You know, I would take it. I would try to win $5,000.
mean and nasty about this. Kingsman, from what I saw from the clips that were during this time, he tried to like actively say like, hey, don't go harass anyone and don't be mean. You know, it is what it is at the end of the day. Like, he was clearly upset about it, but I felt like he was doing, or at least making an effort to try and stop people from going and doing shit like that. She, on the other hand, was just openly attacking him.
Everyone thinks this guy's a loser.
Like a bug. That's just what happens.
That's such a good point. You're so right about that. And we're still gonna play Widow.
I need this for my college. I have about 6 or 7 more years.
This is a clip I keep seeing spread around. That first clip is when he is explaining like why the Widow's not going to work, and they're like, oh, great point. Go fuck yourself. We're still playing Widow. That's all we're going to do. We're here just for good vibes, good time, and I don't care if this money means something to you because it doesn't to us.
So those two people, chat, that was CC and his other teammate too. Pretty much that was doing the tournament. So they were streaming. So they were messing around trying to entertain their Twitch. To them, they did not need money. One of the teammates was like, oh, please. It was mocking him and saying, hey, please, I need the money, 6-7. I have about $6,000-7,000 left in my college loan. They were making fun of him.
Second clip, that is not Cece. That is someone else named Lucy. Whom
so
has
Cece and
Lucy.
Lucy.
So I can't even find the full context here. But from the sound of things, she is insulting Kingsman because of him expressing the want of the $3,000 because it would be very helpful to him as a college student. So then she's like making fun of him, taking the piss, even threw in an absolutely revolting 6'7" meme reference that'll make your skin crawl about it. It's just very mean-spirited. There's also another clip of her talking about it, saying, like, even if you support Kingsman, like it's fucking Israel or something. I don't even know what she was trying to say with that one. I guess since I referenced it, I'll show you that clip too.
I have a genuine question.
Oh, there's another clip.
Answer this. Even if you support Kingsman, whatever, support Kingsman like it's fucking Israel. Anyways, whatever you have in your head.
Whoa! Why they taking it way too far, chat? They're taking it way too far, bro. My guy just wanted you guys to try in a video game, chat. This is crazy, bro.
I have a genuine question.
I think everyone has a genuine question after seeing that segment there. I don't know why she would be saying something like that with this. Again, the whole VOD, from what I can tell, is no longer accessible, so I don't even know what the question she was about to ask is. But yeah, it's definitely not a good look, and she is very openly, like, making fun of Kingsman from what I can see in the clips that still exist of it. But this is not CC, this was not someone that played on Kingsman's team, I don't believe. All of this is only the tip of the iceberg, by the way. It gets so much deeper. There was a Google Doc that was put out there from the widow's boyfriend. The tournament organizer initially doubled down, saying nope.
Oh, the boyfriend got involved, chat. She probably got a boyfriend like, hey, baby, you better defend me, man. I'm getting attacked. Honestly, it should have never get to this point. There's no need to get personal. I feel like if they genuinely did not want to win, just say, bro, I'm not trying. Like, don't even get involved. Honestly, they should have never get involved if they had no intention of actually putting the effort to win. They should have never got involved in the tournament. So if they just wanted to stream, they could have just played Marvel Rivals regularly and streamed to their regular viewers. We would not be having this problem today.
I maintain my position here. He deserved to be kicked from this tournament. He violated all of our rules. And then today he came forward very somber, like, look, I know everyone's mad at me and they're right to be mad at me. I was wrong about everything. I looked at this misleading evidence. It was only from one side and it was incorrect. I acted too hastily. So now he's like singing a very different tune about how, you know, he's had this come to Jesus moment after seeing the other side of the story with Kingsman. It's very clear that he was manipulated by incorrect information. He shouldn't have kicked him from the tournament.
When they come in here, the people, when they come in here, when they hate, they're justified in what they're saying. They're absolutely right. They're absolutely right. 100%. No question about it. Like, there's no beating around the bush. I don't know why it's, like, difficult to admit when you're wrong and
what's good, Granny?
Up. I made a decision based off of haste and based off of misinformation, but everybody in the team knew what was going on. Everybody in this team knew what was going on, and the fact that nobody told me it was... That's whatever. It doesn't matter.
Also, Kaplunk, whom was the boyfriend.
So that was the guy that kicked Kingsman out of the tournament. He realized after he saw everything, like saw the old clips, that Kingsman teammates was telling him was not what truly happened. But it was too late anyway, so.
Friend in this story is reaching out with an apology, saying that he went about it the wrong way and overstepped. Zaza, the widow, told him to leave it alone, but he couldn't control his impulses. The demon had to be let out of the cage. Thus, he went in and started sending clips to the tournament organizer to kick him, the Google Doc, all that kind of stuff. And then finally, CC, the team captain, the one who was by far the most openly hostile to Kingsman and anyone that was showing any level of support for him, came forward with an apology as well, saying, I'm sorry, I was going off the video and forgot to explicitly call this out. Earlier today, I woke up with 1,000 noties from the day before, and people had joined my server from Kingsman, having a panic attack, and I just started experiencing them. So in my freak out, I said Kingsman lacks social skills because he spends his time playing video games inside. I was angry and ended up lashing out at him instead of his community. I deeply regret it. I apologize for flinging another insult out. It shows I have terrible character, but I will be working on watching the words I say and getting help with my panic attacks. A community note even got hot dropped on here straight off the battle bus saying, even after the initial situation calmed down, CC continued to bully Kingsman and speak ill of him across social media. CC has a history of attacking other players and talking trash.
No way she got community noted too, chat. She deserved this one, chat.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
she realized that nobody's defending her. So she went on Twitter. She said she woke up, she was having a panic attack. That's why she said Kingsman lack social skills. It was not the fact that Kingsman was trying to win in the tournament. It was just the fact that she woke up that day with panic attack. She was angry and she ended up lashing out on him. She regrets everything she said and she apologized. But the fact she got community noted is even crazy. Community notes on Twitter said, even after the initial situation calmed down, she continued to bully Kingsman. Now when you're capping, then you're getting community noted on your cap. And she continued to speak bad about him all over social media. That is crazy, man. The moment they start trolling, I would have crashed out. He did the right thing for not crashing out. It showed that for an 18 years old guy, he's actually a lot more matured.
So that apology didn't really go as smoothly as I think she was hoping it would. And interestingly enough, from what I can find, Kingsman throughout this entire thing has tried to urge people not to harass anyone that's been involved in it. You know, Zaza, her boyfriend, Cece, anyone. He's been trying to actively calm things down to the best of his ability, but this clearly blew up well beyond anyone's wildest expectations. And Kingsman actually was able to make over $3,000, which would have been his cut of the prize money should they have won the tournament, through subs and donations the last time he streamed, which I believe was
W, chat.
So a bit of
W.
a happy ending for Kingsman. Not exactly the smoothest sailing for his teammates that were bullying him, attacking him, and insulting him. That hasn't worked out super well so far. Anyway, that's really about it. So, yep.
W, chat. W. Chat, he made over more than 3K, more than the money he would have got from the winnings. So I'm glad the community actually look out for him. Good people get rewarded. He did not give them no reaction because eventually they lost. And I think my major lesson from watching this video, if one person is playing for money and everybody is playing for the vibes, that team is already shocked. So the team is already cooked for future tournament. Make sure everyone on his team has the same goals of winning. If I go into a tournament, I'm going in for the biggest prize pool. I'm not going to come in third. So the lessons here is money does not ruin team chat. In competitive gaming, mismatch expectation does. W video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, and turn on post notification. And follow the live stream. I do stream every day over on Twitch, man.